I am cheating on my husband and I cannot stop. I'm so screwed up. I hate doing this. I'm at a loss for words. A little history and backstory. My age is 29F, and my boyfriend is 32M. We've been dating for 10 years. We married 3 years ago. We have a fairly good connection overall. I can confidently state that he is my best friend in every way. He respects and trusts me, and he adores me. I suppose I adore him more than anything else in the world. Basically, turmoil in our paradise began when I discovered him doing something I didn't approve of: viewing porn. This was a year before our wedding, and we had discussed it on many times before to this. I'd told him from the start that I don't watch porn, and that it would make me uncomfortable if he did as well. He said that he did not. He told a falsehood. In fact, he subsequently acknowledged to me that he had a porn addiction. He couldn't keep himself in check. He kept it hidden for 6 years. I felt like I had a lot of faith in him. This may seem little to others, but it was the end of the world to me. I pondered leaving him, but we came to an agreement. Our sex life was forever ruined as a result of this. Anyway, he proposed, and I accepted. But something had altered inside of me. Sex with him was unpleasant. He never touched or made me. It was never enjoyable. He seemed to be doing it just for himself. I didn't see this previously since I assumed he was excellent at everything, and that I was never good enough for him. But when I saw him viewing porn, my perception of him shifted dramatically. He didn't seem to be flawless anymore. I still decided to give us a second chance. It was months before our wedding, and a new employee had joined my company. I was immediately smitten. I had never felt this way in the 7 years I had been married to my spouse. I was desperate for him. I'm a really attractive lady, so it wasn't difficult for me to get his attention. We spoke and hit it off. We began to hang out. We kissed. Because one thing led to another. I then felt guilty, so I halted it before it developed into anything else. I met the next man in the bar. I had sex with him but was overtaken with guilt and nothing transpired between us. This went on for a while, with 8 males coming and going. I never had sex with any of them because I was afraid of betraying my spouse. Now, I'm extremely into this guy I've been messaging, whom I met via a common acquaintance. My hubby is away on business. I'm at home by myself. He has invited me to his home. He is unaware that I am married. My spouse has no clue that I've been doing this behind his back for 3 years. I'm not sure how to keep myself in check. Please assist. I don't want to terminate my relationship with my hubby. I really want us to exercise, but how can I keep myself from cheating? I can't tell my hubby because I know he'll leave me. But I'd want for everything to work out. This is something I can no longer do. 1 week flings, then returning to my spouse with regret and sorrow. Every man I've seen has taken a piece of me away. Please assist me. What am I supposed to do? Thank you for all of your comments and suggestions. I'm already aware of some who believe I'm screwed up. I'm going to make an effort to fix it right now. I didn't have any close pals who could advise me to quit doing what I was doing. Who knew that strangers on the internet would be the catalyst for me to take command of the situation? I've been a lousy wife and companion to my spouse. He's been nothing but helpful to me. I'm going to call him right now, if he chooses to leave me, which he should since I am a nasty person who does not deserve his love. Then be it. I am willing to suffer any adversity that may help me become a less awful person. Once I speak with my hubby, I will publish an edit. Edit 2. Last night has to be one of the most difficult evenings of my life. All of my demons had caught up with me. On the phone, I spoke with my spouse. He didn't hang up, which surprised me. He listened to everything I said as I poured my heart out to him and told him everything. From how his porn addiction impacted me to my several times cheating on him. He began weeping as he listened. Hearing him scream like that made me want to commit suicide. I'd never heard somebody weep so hard in my life. Me too, he said. Someone seemed to have shot me in the heart. He responded, me too, implying that he had also been disloyal to me. I'm not sure how much he's been unfaithful to me at this point. All I have to do now is wait for him to get home, and we can go through the specifics. One thing I'm certain of is that we can't remain together. If he had been doing the same to me, we would not be even. It just makes things worse. Story 2. Is my mom having an affair? I feel like checking her phone. My mother, 2 siblings, my father, and I share a modest apartment. We are a typical Pakistani household. My father has a decent position at the Daily Jang newspaper, an Urdu daily in Pakistan. Meanwhile, my mother works as a receptionist at a laundromat. My family is not religious, but my parents are conservative. For example, when she leaves the home for work, she wears a complete black burqa with a niqab. Normally, I like to keep my personal life off the internet, particularly Reddit, but I feel I have no other media or location to express myself than here. I'm so ashamed talking about it that I don't think I'll be able to talk about it with anybody in person. Having said that, my mom has been behaving strangely these days. First and foremost, I believe she has been too preoccupied with her phone in recent days. I mean, I see her doing it all of the time, particularly at night. I've woken up as late as 4:00 a.m. to the sound of her texting tone. We live in a tiny house, so things like phone dinging at such a late hour are readily audible. Now, like any other individual, I would normally disregard this information. My worries emerged, though, when I saw my mother was spending too much time in the toilet and had her phone with her. This is uncommon since she is quite particular about cell phones not being used on the table or in the restroom when it comes to my younger siblings, and she herself has never done so. So it is really unexpected for her to suddenly breach her own standards. Add to it the fact that this has now become a regular practice for her, and it all appears very weird to me. This unusual behavior was initially noted by me. My mother was out grocery shopping with my younger sister the day before yesterday, and I was studying in my room while my father was bathing. My mother and sister arrived home. My sibling sat with my other brother in front of the television as my mother rushed to the restroom. Because my father was already in there, she came to my bathroom in such a panic that she didn't even bother putting on her burqa and niqab before rushing into the bathroom and locking the door. I didn't think much of it since I believed she had to go for a long and that her first reaction would be to go to the restroom. However, after 45 minutes, I discovered that my mother had not yet left the restroom. This made me raise my eyebrows. As it turned out, my mother had overlooked half of the groceries. When I asked my younger brother what had occurred, he informed me that Mom had suddenly become impatient while they were still shopping. When I inquired if anything specific occurred, he stated Mom continued receiving missed calls, which made her want to come home. Something suddenly came over me at that time, and I did something I never imagined I'd do. I put my ear next to my mom's bathroom door while she was still in there, and although I couldn't hear any conversation, I could certainly hear my mom chuckling. That's when I realized there was something suspicious going on. I poked my ear for 10 minutes before giving up due to exhaustion. But I am certain I heard my mother chuckling, typing the text tone, and even a camera glitch on a few occasions. What would she be doing snapping photographs on the toilet? She got out of the toilet after around 1 hour and 30 minutes. She hadn't even taken off her niqab yet and exited the same way she came in. After that, she removed her burqa and changed into her more informal domestic wear. I realized something was very wrong with my mother. Her conduct is likewise changing with the passage of time. She used to be preoccupied with us, but now she is preoccupied with her phone. She merely picks it up and looks at it as though she's awaiting something. She also spends a lot of time in the toilet, which I suppose is largely spent texting with whomever is on the other end. I'm tempted to go through her phone to see what's going on, but I'm not sure whether I should. I'm quite concerned about my mother and family. Is she having an affair, or am I being paranoid, and all of this may be explained in another way?